Hi there! So as you can see from the title down below, we are going to be putting on a full face of nothing new. Now this video I originally saw from a YouTuber named Eyeliner. I believe I'm saying her last name right, but she is absolutely beautiful. Kind of reminds me of Jessica Biel. Am I right? Do you agree? She is so beautiful and she seems very sweet. I love watching her videos. And so I thought this was a great concept and I wanted to do it myself. So a full face of nothing new means that you go through your products that you already have and kind of fall in love again and remind yourself as to why they're in your collection. And I feel that it helps me personally to kind of scratch that itch of wanting to buy something new just because it's new, but I need to remind myself that I already have all of these amazing products in my collection and I should use them up. So we will go ahead and get into it, and fair warning, the next clip you're about to see, I have no makeup on. You're welcome. Alright guys, so here we are. I have already put my eyebrows on because that one's a little boring and nobody wants to see that. But what I used was the Bang Beauty Chocolate Gel Eyeliner, as well as the L'Oreal Paris, what is this called? Brow Stylist Definer. And I use these two on my eyebrows right now. So we'll go ahead and skip to primer. I am going to use something that's been a favorite of mine for a while, and it's the Maybelline Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser. This one's really awesome. It's kind of like the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer, or their original primer. I think that's what it's called. And it's a really silicone-based primer, so some people might like that, some people might not, but I really like it. I do find that it does fill in the pores nicely, so I just rub it in, and then I pat it a little bit where I want it, and then kind of smooth out from there. And my skin feels so soft right now. I really think that it gives a really nice soft base for foundation to go on top of, so that one is awesome. Alright, so we will go ahead and go into foundation. Now this is one of my absolute favorites, and apparently it's a dupe for the Lancome Tint Dull foundation, which I have used up in the past, but it's also a $47 foundation, so I kind of want to go through some of the foundations that I have before I make a big purchase like that again. But it is amazing, and I wouldn't hesitate to buy that Lancome foundation again. But this one is comparable, I think, and it's the number 7 Beautifully Matte foundation, and this is in the shade Calico. And I love this one. I don't think it's too matte, so it's not drying, I don't feel, on my combo oily skin. You'll have to excuse me. I have had this allergy type stuff going on, so that's why I sound like Lindsay Lohan right now. Very sexy. But anyway, this foundation, since it's matte, I like to kind of go sometimes a little more dewy. This is the Temptu and Boxycharm Liquid Glow. If you ever want to make a really matte foundation a little bit glowy, you can go ahead and add something like this. So I will go ahead and pump this on the back of my hand. Yeah, I think 3 pumps should do it. And then I shake this guy up, and I will go ahead and add some drops. Not too much. Well, I don't think so. That might have been too much, but that's okay. I will go ahead and put this on my face. And I find that this number 7 foundation really does last for quite a while without looking ragged at the end of the day. It's one of those foundations I'll gravitate towards if I know I'm going to have a long day. And it just looks really natural on the skin. I absolutely love it. And the tone is neutral, which I find really suits my skin color. So you can see it's kind of I want to say a medium coverage foundation. I still have a spot that's sort of peeking through that we'll go ahead and cover up with concealer, but it looks so natural and really skin-like, and it's extremely impressive that it lasts for as long as it does. I love this foundation. Very much recommend it. So now we will move on to concealer, my favorite part because it kind of makes me look a little more awake. All right, so I'm kind of going to use a mixture, and I'll tell you why. This first one is from Ulta Beauty, and it's the Full Coverage Liquid Concealer in the shade Light Cool. So this one's a little bit dark, but I like my under eyes to be quite bright because I have glasses. You know, I want my eyes to show through rather than be hidden. So I like brightening up my under eye a lot. This is an amazing concealer. I really, really like this one. So we'll go ahead and mix this, and then I'm going to mix it a little bit with some Tarte Shape Tape, just a little bit on the inner parts of my under eye. Did that make sense? So we'll go ahead and put some of this Ulta Beauty one. But see how it's just a little too dark, I would say. But still an amazing, really amazing formula. I like this one a lot. And then I'll cover this blemish right here. Pretend like it never happened. Go ahead and get my war paint on. This is a really good look for me, I think. I will go ahead and just dab just a little bit of this Tarte foundation right here where I want it to be brightened the most. So now we have the foundation and concealer on. It's looking really good, I think. And we will go ahead and, of course, set this. So for setting, I have the Cover FX Perfect Setting Powder. And this is in the shade Translucent Light. So I'll go ahead and tap this in. I feel like it doesn't make my face look cakey at all. And it adds some smoothness to it. So I am going to take the sponge that I used with my foundation, the L'Oreal sponge, and I'm going to take the tip of it and just set my under eyes with the powder. So this powder is beautiful. You know, it still keeps my face matte, but I don't think it changes the finish of my foundation to a flat matte, if that makes sense. Alright, so now that that is all set, we'll go ahead and move to this Smashbox contour palette. It comes with a contour, bronze, and a highlight. Sometimes I'll use this one as a setting powder. So we'll go ahead and take this contour shade here and apply that. Alright, so we'll take that middle shade here, the bronzer, and tap into that. And bronze up the face. Make me look like I go outside. And then once again, I'm going to take my powder brush with no more product on it and just kind of buff out so there are no harsh lines. Alright, so we will go ahead and leave it at that and then move on to blush. And I have here the Note Cosmetics Luminous Silk Compact Blusher in the shade 05 Desert Rose. And we actually got this in our Boxycharm, and I had never tried Note Cosmetics before. And I was pleasantly surprised because this blush, not only is it a beautiful color, but it's really beautiful and blendable. Look at that shade. It's absolutely beautiful. Alright, so there is the blush on. And then we will move on to highlighter. And this is actually an eyeshadow, but I absolutely love it as a highlighter because it's bright enough for my skin tone. This is the Kat Von D Metal Crush Eyeshadow in the shade Thunderstruck. So I'll go ahead and tap into this, and then you will see the glory that is this highlighter. But check that out. Isn't that beautiful? Look at the difference. It's so pretty. And I'll go ahead and put some down the nose and on the Cupid's bow. Why not? And then some right above the brows. So next we will move on to eyeshadow, one of my favorite parts of putting makeup on. And I have here the Lorac Pro 2. This is an absolutely great eyeshadow palette. And this was the first product from Lorac that I owned. And then I went and bought the Makeup Pro 3 or 4. It's the one in the pink packaging. But these eyeshadows are absolutely beautiful. And if you like eyeshadows like the Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadows, then you are more than likely going to love these shadows as well. They do have a lot of kick up, but they blend like a dream. And really, this eyeshadow palette is one of my favorites to reach for. So we'll go ahead and take the first shade, and it's called White because I guess it's kind of self-explanatory. It's a white shade. And I'm just putting this on the top portion of my eyelid, just so that I can have something to blend the transition shade into. And then I like to take this brightening color into the inner corner as well, just to lighten everything up. And for the transition shade, I'm going to use a mixture of light pink and mauve. Right here, light pink and mauve. So I'm just gonna dip into both. And then I will just build on that until I feel like I can move on. And these shadows are so easy to work with. All right, and then we'll go ahead and take the shade Sable and kind of deepen up the outer corner here. And then just pat that. And then blend. So I think I'll stop there for now. And then if I feel like I need it to be any deeper, then I'll go ahead and go back. So I will go ahead and now put something shiny on the lids. And I will go in with the shade Champagne, which is this one right here. And just using my fingertips, I will go ahead and put that on the inner part of the lid. And I am getting a little bit of fallout, so I will take that powder brush and just gently brush away. And then next I'm going to take something a little, let's see, a little more, how about a little more rusty? And then we'll go with the shade Garnet right here. And I just want to put it between that champagne color and the sable shade and kind of have a little bit of a transition in between the two. So I'm going to lightly pat this one with my finger. And this one is also, Garnet is also a shimmer shade as well. So with no other product on it, I'm just going to blend. Alright, so I think I'm just going to leave it at that and not deepen it anymore. Super easy look. And then we will go ahead and go in with some eyeliner. I'll use the Psychedelic Sister shade on my bottom lash line. And then I will go ahead and go with the Ink Blackest Eyeliner by Pretty Vulgar. And this I will do a wing with, or attempt to anyway. So we'll go ahead and skip through that. Alright, so we have eyeliners on. And now we're going to go ahead and put some eyeshadow on the bottom lash line. And I'm going to go in with some of Sable, which we used in the crease. So we'll go ahead and put some mostly on the inner corner right here. We'll put some of that same shade Champagne. And I want to put in the middle of it some of the shade Gold. So here is Champagne and Gold. So now I am going to just take a brush and put some of that highlighter that we use and put that on the inner corner just to make it pop a little. And now I'm going to go ahead and put some mascara on. So now the two mascaras that I'm going to use is the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. And I'm going to mix it with this Maybelline Great Lash mascara. And these are both in the shade Black. But since this one's a little clumpy, but in a good way, it's a little clumpy, I like to use this Big Lash or Great Lash as kind of a way to separate my lashes. I don't like this one alone because I feel that it doesn't give enough volume, but it does nicely separate the lashes. But these both combined have been my favorite for right now. And as you can see the difference, it's amazing what mascara will do, right? So I will go ahead and use this Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter. And this just adds, I think, a little more texture to my brows. And if I do find that in the process of doing my foundation and the powder and whatnot, if any of my brow came off, I will go ahead and just take the pencil and touch up a little bit. So like here at the end, I want to darken it a little bit more because I feel like some of it kind of came off and I want to define it just a little bit more. That's all. Alright, so now we will move on to setting spray, and I'm going to use one of my favorites, which is the MAC Fix Plus. And this one is amazing. I don't need to tell you that. It's a cult classic. I do feel that this one kind of helps take any of the powder type look that my skin might have and kind of make everything look seamless and beautiful. So we'll go ahead and put this on and I'll stop talking. I opened my mouth. Why did I do that? And oftentimes I do like to take my damp beauty sponge that I used earlier and lightly just press everything in. Now on to lips, guys. This is the Wet n Wild Make Last Liquid Catsuit Matte Lipstick, and it is in the shade Rebel Rose. This is an absolutely beautiful color, and I think it will pair well with the look that we have on now. Alright guys, so that is going to wrap things up. Thank you so much for watching. I will go ahead and list everything that I used on my face down below, including prices, as well as Allie Glein's YouTube channel, because again, this is where I originally saw the video, and I want to go ahead and give credit where credit is due. So thank you so much for your time today. I hope that if you haven't already, you will hit that subscribe button. If anything, give me a thumbs up, please, because that really does help the channel out. And thank you for your time. Don't forget to stay kind and be awesome, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!